This is the third movie that Van Damme did with Ringo Lam. It is Inhale from 88 Films' Van Damme range, which has made me fall in love with this action star all over again. And I had seen Inhale before. I had seen Inhale one night when I had woken with heartburn at like 3 in the morning. I watched this, I couldn't concentrate, I wasn't a fan of it. I was looking forward to going back because I do like Lam. I do think he works well with Van Damme as well. And Van Damme plays Van Damme, and it's funny how you get into these kind of movies and they feel, or some of them do feel, very familiar when you're watching them. They feel like something you've seen before. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to put your finger on it exactly if it's riffing off one movie or a subgenre of movies, or just ticking the boxes on how these movies are supposed to play out. Inhale feels like one of these movies. Van Damme plays a man who seems to be a workaholic. He's late home one night and his wife is murdered, and he, in an act of revenge, ends up in prison after killing the person that killed his wife. And it's very truncated at the start. You know, they ram everything in there. They want to get to the kind of meat of the story, which is kind of strange because this could have been a strong opening third of the movie. But like I said, it's kind of tropey, which this movie hits a lot of those kind of familiar beats. He goes to this Russian prison where he doesn't really know the language, and it is a tough prison where the weak are ritualistically abused, and he is pushed to the limit until he's not going to be pushed any further. But also in this prison there are fights. The warden organises fights. Now it feels very similar to other kind of movies. Like I said, there are plenty of other things we've seen like this before, but this is a kind of darker version of Shawshank Redemption, like a really dark one. You get to see Billy, who is this kind of young kid that ends up in the prison and is just abused from night one, and they don't really shy away from showing you some of the harder stuff within this movie. Some of the fights are rather down and dirty. They don't feel as cleanly choreographed. They feel messy in their actual structure. There go having a little bit more of a realism in them as well. Not everything is super staged kicks. It feels as if they fall to the ground. It's rough and tumble. You get to see Van Damme put in solitary a lot and kind of deal with what's happening in his life. And of course there's a kind of stranger story with a character within the prison who has a very, very dark side, who seems to be a very antagonistic person, but may just turn out to be one of Van Damme's biggest allies in this prison. And it's kind of fun. It's a dark and dreich looking movie, and if you don't know the word dreich, it is a famous Scottish word for just grey, horrible, downtrodden kind of mood. That's the kind of thing that perpetrates this movie. It feels very grey. It's very totalitarianism. These people are ritualistically beaten and just subjugated. They've lost their humanity by coming to this prison, and you're kind of following Van Damme as he ticks all the boxes, loses himself only to get that redemption in the final third of the movie and kind of cause an uprising. And there's a tacked on little epilogue just to let you know how fantastically well he's saved the day. It's not the best Van Damme movie, but like most of his films, it's easily watchable. It's one that you can sit down and just enjoy, and I did enjoy this one. The guards are bad. The gangs in prison are bad. Van Damme is a good guy who's going to have to do bad things to escape this, and it is generally an interesting movie. It feels like something where they've elongated more characteristic moments and tried to truncate a lot of the story elements to get there, which I kind of applaud them trying, especially in something that is as trope filled as this kind of movie. But I like the direction. I like some of the characters. I like how the movie plays out and gets, to the end of it, what happens. It's fun, it's engaging, it's interesting. Not the best of the Van Dammes, but still worth watching. Now this one has not as many extras as the Cyborg edition. It has an audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. It has a second audio commentary with Mike Leader and Arne Venema, and it has an interview with the camera operator Ross Clarkson. Now, this was about a 25-minute, and this was actually really fascinating, talking about how he gets started in his career, how he ended up working with Lam, how he renovated a townhouse for a producer to get a job out of, kind of, and just talking about his whole career. And it's one of these things that I really like, because it's a person I've never heard of. It's someone that I know was involved with the film, but rather than just focusing on one tale, he kind of takes you through all the milestones in his life, and it was really quite fun. There is a making of as well. This is a making of that was filmed at the time the movie was made, so the quality isn't great. It's interesting enough. At 15 minutes, it feels a little bit longer than most making ofs at that time. It's one of those watch once, never kind of think about again. I really enjoyed going back and checking out Inhale. I enjoyed it way more this time than I did the first time, when I was actually focusing on it and not tired and in any kind of pain. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what 88 Films do next with their Van Damme. I would love to see Bloodsport and Kickboxer join this. I'd be really curious to revisit Sudden Death, a movie I hadn't seen in years. I think we need to get Time Cop in this collection. I know Had Target is getting a 4K restoration from Kino, but I'd like to see it join this range as well. It's given me that rejuvenation in loving Van Damme movies for what they are, which is pure entertainment, where the guy can actually have a screen presence and act and try things, and it's fun. I'd love to know your thoughts on Inhale. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.